All right, we're going to continue here with our media availabilities this afternoon. We've now been joined by driver Martin Truex Jr. Martin, thank you so much for joining us. We'll open for questions for Martin. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll work to get a mic to you, and we'll start up front with Bob.
Bob Pockers, Fox Sports. If you don't advance, is there something wrong with the system? The fact that you were in the regular season and don't get out of the first round?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, we just had two terrible races. So, I mean, that's just kind of the way it is. You know going in that you can't afford to have bad races, and we had 2 out of 3 so far. So hopefully, tomorrow night goes better.
All right, continue with questions. Go to Jeff.
Yeah, like what's it like to be in your position? I mean, are you stunned going through the week? Like, how did we get here? Like, what do you, as the lead up to this race happens, how do you process it?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a terrible spot to be in. Last week we didn't even get a chance to race, which was disappointing. I felt like it was probably the best car I'd had on a mile and a half all year long, and I was really excited about it, after coming off a tough Darlington race. And then, 2 laps in, you feel like you're in trouble, and then a flat tire, it turns out you ran something over, which is, it's just terrible bad luck. So, I mean, I don't know, what you do about it. You just move on and do the best we can tomorrow night. But it's obviously a bad spot to be in.
All right, we'll go to Lee.
Lee Spencer, CatchFence.com. You run exceptionally well just about everywhere. Super speedways, you're still looking for that victory, but you run well there. What is it about Texas that's kind of baffled you, where you just haven't, don't have the consistent finishes there that you're used to having?
It's been different things over the years. I feel like it's always been a good track for us. Last year we were leading and blew a tire. So, I mean, it's one of those places I feel like been snake bit a lot. We've had some good runs. We've had struggles at times since they repaved it. So, just one of those things. It's been up and down. But I feel confident going there that with what we have this year that we'll run well. Especially after how we did last year. But it's been tough. We've got poles there, led a lot of laps in a place we just haven't been able to, win at. So always look forward to going there though, and I think next weekend we'll have a great shot to win.
All right, we're going to go to Zach.
Zach Sterniolo, NASCAR.com. Martin on your left.
Wade left.
Yeah, sorry. You are rarely rattled by anything, it seems like, and you and James seem to have a good just kind of procedure about just going through your race weeks and getting through the race day. What is it about your guys' approach that has allowed you guys to not be bothered by some bad circumstances?
I think just working together for a while helps. Obviously, confident in one another, our abilities. I've got a great team. I know, what they're capable of, and for me, it's you can't change what happened last week or the week before. You just learn from it and move on, and try not to let it affect this week. So, I know tomorrow night's a big race. This hasn't been our best place by any means, but look forward to the challenge, and it's going to be what it's going to be. We just got to go do our best, and hopefully it shakes out and we can start round 2 in a good spot again.
All right, we'll go to Nate and then Davey.
Martin, you just mentioned it. Not your best place. Why hasn't Bristol been as good as Martinsville and Richmond in the short track capacity for you? And does it make you nervous at all about tomorrow night?
Yeah, I guess a little bit. I think it's been a lot of different issues over the years. We've run well here at times. We certainly struggled at times, but I think everybody has this place is tricky with the spray and the groove moving around and all those things. We won't race where we practice. So it's a little bit of a challenge there, but I think all the times we've run good here, it's either been a flat tire or a loose wheel, and I can't even use both hands to count how many times that's happened. So it's just been a tough place, and hopefully no bad luck tomorrow night, and we can just go have a smooth race and hopefully have the performance to get the job done.
Do you approach it like 7 points out that you can make it on points? Are you going like max stage points, qualify as well as you can tonight? Is that the goal, or?
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal every week, right? Just to try to get as many, points as you can. You want to run up front. You want to be, in the mix no matter whatever position you're in. So, we're certainly going to try to do that. It's going to be tough to point our way in, but you never know. It's a long race. A lot can happen, and we're, looking forward to the opportunity.
All right, Davey, go ahead.
Davey Siegel with Sirius XM right here, Martin, on your left. To that point, what's the balance of looking at what the people around you are doing, how their race is unfolding, and whether or not that contributes to you going for more stage points, or if other people kind of just shoot themselves in the foot, you guys just do what got you to this point and just be solid. What's the balance of that like?
You just kind of take it as it comes, right? I mean, right now we know where we stand and what we have to do, and things change, and I'm sure if something changes in a major way that they'll let me know, but we just have to go race and do the best job we can do.
All right, we'll go to Claire, Dustin, and then Kelly. Go ahead, Claire, right behind you.
Claire B. Lang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. I was just thinking, I've been down on the grid with you a number of times through various parts of your career where you've been disappointed, and also when you won the championship on the champion stage. Pretty envious of the fact the way you can handle it at the time, and talking to other drivers when they feel that way, how you're able to muster that up, what the biggest disappointment was, and if you've learned to do that, if you're kind of hiding the devastation over it, or if you really do look at it and say, yeah, it's not going to help me to feel this way.
I've been doing this a long time. This sport is very humbling. Just when you think you have it figured out, something bad happens. So try to enjoy the good moments and get through the bad. That's kind of the way it goes. I still, I love my team. I love what we're doing. Love the opportunity to do this job and to come to the racetrack each week. And a lot of people are going through a lot worse things than, us maybe missing the next round of the playoffs. So we're going to give it hell tomorrow night. We're going to give it everything we have, and we're going to walk away with our heads held high no matter what happens.
James Small tweeted a very short message of 3 letters with the puncture of the tire picture, right? And do you pull him up? Do you all pull each other up and turn that into something that makes you even more competitive? I see drivers who race with chips on their shoulders when things don't go well. You just seem sort of steady Eddie, but maybe you do have that.
He does a great job motivating the team, I think, and me as well. So I think he's fired up, ready to go. We worked hard this week on everything, and we're putting our best effort forward, and we'll see. We just have to wait and see till tomorrow night if it's enough.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Dustin. Get a mic to Dustin, please. Thank you.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. You have been known as a driver who doesn't always use the bumper as much as other people, and you've kind of always drawn a line in the sand that you're typically not going to be that type of driver. When you're in a situation like this, do you have to be a jerk tomorrow night?
It's possible. Yeah.
And are you comfortable with being that way?
No, of course not. But I'm not really good at hypotheticals either. So we'll wait and see how it plays out tomorrow night, what position we're in and what needs to be done, and we'll go from there and make the decision on the fly.
As someone who has been in these essentially like winner take all, the championship races so many times, how does this situation, because in essence it can be one race and done, how does this compare to the championship experiences? Obviously, I know that championships have more at stake, but just the general feeling.
I don't know. I guess it feels a little bit similar, but at the same time different. You always go to that last race knowing you're only racing 3 other guys, and tomorrow night, we essentially have no idea who we're racing yet. So, we just have to go, and honestly, it's not overcomplicated. We just need to go and give our best effort and have no mistakes and be on top of things. And I think we're ready to do it. We'll just again wait and see. And we're ready to go, and what's going to happen is going to happen.
All right, we're going to go Kelly, then we'll wrap with Lee. Go ahead, Kelly.
Kelly Crandall, Racer.com. Martin, in this race last year, we saw quite a few tire issues and some mechanical gremlins, including for yourself. Are those issues still a concern with this car, or those things that had been worked out maybe over the course of a new year or first year with a new car? Yeah,
I think the issue we had, with the steering should be worked out, but I don't think we know for sure until you come here. This place is so unique. Nowhere else we race is like this and puts the demand on the steering system. So your guess is as good as mine, but I think it should be fine. I don't think it's an issue. And tire-wise, I don't know. A lot of times that's just bad luck. Like last week, literally, we must have ran something over on pace laps or coming down pit road for our speed check or whatever. So you just never know with tires.
All right, Lee, wrap us up.
Lee Spencer, catchfence.com. After a couple bad weeks, when you go and do something like Catwalk for a Cause, does it really put everything in perspective and tells you what's really important in life?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it always does. Even after a good week, it's just a reminder, of what people are going through, and a lot of people are dealing with a lot of bad things, and we're all very lucky to be here doing this, and that's just kind of the way I approach it. I don't know exactly yet, but it was amazing. Everybody did a great job. It was a lot of fun. The kids were awesome, and they had a blast. So that's what it's all about. Thank you.
All right, Martin, thank you so much for spending some time with us. We wish you the best luck this weekend.
Thank you.